Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're stripping away all those romanticized myths you hear about chasing your dreams, and we're getting down to the true anatomy of personal sacrifice. We hear so much about the glory of success and the highlight reels, but we rarely examine the raw, uncompromising cost of actually having a purpose. So if you've got a vision, an ambition, or a passion project burning inside you, this explainer is going to map out exactly what that journey demands.
Okay, let's just dive right into it and ask ourselves the really tough question. What are you truly prepared to give up for your passions? Because look, here is the undeniable truth. Pursuing something larger than yourself is absolutely going to cost you. It demands an exchange, meaning you're going to have to make some major adjustments in your life and compromise on a lot of your immediate daily desires.
Section 1. The hidden price tag. Let's look at the unexpected scenarios.
Pursuing a cause larger than yourself is invariably going to force you to let go of present comforts. Period. But we really need to reframe how we look at these adjustments. We shouldn't see them as tragedies, but as mandatory transactions for your purpose. Just like the definition says, sacrifice is simply giving up something good today for something better tomorrow. It's an active, conscious choice to secure the future you're building. You might literally have to give up something you genuinely love right now just to make that future happen.
Section 2. Time and effort taxes. It's time to stretch yourself. Now, take a look at how daily time is divided up here. We all get exactly 24 hours in a day, right? No exceptions. Which means your dream project is inevitably going to eat into those really comfortable slices of sleeping time and your family and recreation time. Putting serious, meaningful effort into your passion means you're pulling time directly from your rest or, your evening TV time just to grind away. And you have to put in those extra hours outside of your regular routine, whether anyone is watching or not. And here's the kicker. This is definitely not a quick sprint. You have to consistently nurture your idea over months or maybe even years, regardless of external factors or setbacks. Sometimes it might take 6 months. Honestly, sometimes it might take 5 years. The real question you have to ask yourself is, do you believe in this thing so much that you can keep pushing when the progress is painfully slow, the finish line is nowhere in sight, and you're just facing failure after failure? Section 3. The lonely road. Walking alone. Nobody gives a damn about your idea. I know. That sounds incredibly harsh, right? But beyond the physical exhaustion, there is an immense mental toll to all of this. It's quite possible that literally nobody except you believes in your mission at first. And you've got to be prepared for that profound silence. You can't expect others to automatically understand your passion. At the end of the day, it's your dream, not theirs.
So, let's stress test your ambition for a second. Do you actually have the conviction to walk this road entirely by yourself? Because look, believing in the path you've chosen is super easy when you're in a crowded room full of supporters. But true sacrifice? That means believing in it just as fiercely when the road is completely empty. And what about the noise? Think about whether you can completely tune out the demotivation from others and stay totally fixated on your cause. People are going to question your methods. Heck, they might even question your sanity. You have to be able to shut out all that noise, completely ignore the criticism, and keep moving forward fueled purely by your own conviction. Because ultimately, nobody is going to come along and just hand you a magic key to make this process simpler. You must be willing to keep stepping forward entirely unencouraged without expecting a single round of applause from anyone else. You've got to keep marching forward until somebody finally decides to join your journey.
Section 4. The wrong motivations. Flawed pursuits. Now, if you actually manage to survive that lonely road, we really have to examine your why. Why are you doing this? Notice the stark contrast here. Pursuing hollow goals just for money, fame, or social media likes, that is eventually going to lead straight to disappointment. Real, sustainable success is found on the other side, when you pursue a bigger cause that positively impacts others and supports your overall well-being.
And this leads us to the absolute deal breakers, the unacceptable trades. The crucial point here is that if you trade in your fundamental health and fitness or your meaningful family relationships just for ambition, I promise you, you will not be satisfied at the end. You have to decide right now which aspects of your life you're willing to adjust and which are absolutely, literally off the table. Success just isn't worth it if your health falls apart or if you reach the top of the mountain only to realize you've completely abandoned the people who matter most.
Section 5. Holistic success and balance. True achievement isn't about isolated misery. So, how do we endure all this sacrifice without losing ourselves or the people we love? Well, you can't just expect your loved ones to automatically get your vision unprompted. As this quote perfectly highlights, it is my job to take them along. It is my job to set aside my ego and explain them my mission. It is entirely on you to sit them down and explain your bigger purpose. By deliberately following these 3 steps, you actively transform what was a solitary march into a shared mission. First, you've got to put that ego aside. Second, really try to understand their perceptions. If they don't buy into your dream right away, don't just defensively shut them out. And third, bring your family into the journey. Keep them incredibly close and bring them along with you through those hard times anyway. Because a victory that only serves you, it's completely empty. You have to show real maturity in balancing all these elements to achieve a truly holistic experience of success. Think about it. You won't be able to wholeheartedly enjoy your accomplishments if your family isn't sitting there beside you to share them. And you definitely won't relish the challenges you overcame if there's no real sense of contribution to a bigger cause attached to your mission. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. The extra effort, the pain, those are pretty much guaranteed on this path. But are you ready to master the balance that actually makes it all worth it? Facing the challenges and pushing through the grind is entirely up to you. Take a good, hard look at your own journey right now and ask yourself, what were you truly willing to build? And what are you willing to trade to get there? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.